Hello my fellow book addicts, Megan here, and time for another book review. Today, I'm going to be talking about Boundless by Cynthia, and this is the final book in the Unearthly series. So, due to this being the third and final book in a trilogy, I'm just going to go right into the spoilery bit, because there really isn't much, if anything, I can say without giving spoilers. I will say that things wrap up really nicely. I love how things wrapped up. And I was really content with the ending. And I like how most, if not all, points were just kind of wrapped up nicely. And just, I was really content with the ending. I don't think there were any complaints that I had. So yeah, with that said, I'm going to go into my spoilery bit. So if you do not wish to be spoiled, I suggest you click away now and come back after you read the book. So, we got a little jump for this book. We left off with Clara, graduating, and she is planning to go off to visit Rome with Angela and try and start her recovery for all the crap that was just thrown at her the last two books. And, we start the book up with her actually having a vision of something else that is yet to come. Apparently, poor Clara just can't catch a break. And this is, of course, happening as she's starting to pack up and get ready to go to college with Angela and Christian, because they're all going to the same college. So that's gonna be a barrel of laughs. So things are pretty tense. Clara still has no idea where Jeffrey is. Angela's all uptight, because her purpose is gonna basically happen some point during the next 4 years, and she still doesn't know much about what she's supposed to do. She only knows that some points during the next 4 years, she is going to be running through the courtyard at Stanford and go up to this guy who's waiting for her, I guess, and give him a message. She doesn't know what the message is. She has no idea the context at all. And yeah, things are pretty rough. So I do like how things are reasonably normal for a bit. We see like Clara and everyone adjusting to college life, and things start to slowly go downhill. Like, Angela is starting to find out more and more about what her purpose is supposed to be. She slowly gets, like, the message she's supposed to deliver, which is the Seven of Czars, which she has no idea what the hell it's supposed to mean. But she's diving into research like crazy. Clara and Christian have some stuff going on. Apparently, Christian's uncle, the guy who raised him, is nearing, the end of his 120 years of life, so he has that riding on his back. Clara's dad, the Archangel Michael, is teaching him and Clara how to use this glory sword, which apparently they're sharing the vision that Clara has. Her and Christian are having the same vision. And yeah, Michael apparently knows or has an idea what's gonna go down, but he isn't gonna tell them because mystic mumbo jumbo. And Sam, the Darkwing from way back in the first book, is still, about. He is, following Clara and is trying to share stories of Clara's mother with her. And he wants to hear some stories in return. So Clara's just kind of like, why? No, I'm not sharing a story with you. Leave me alone. Leave me in peace. And, things are going pretty reasonable. Clara is learning how to use her powers more. Apparently her type of angel blood can also, like, teleport, for lack of better words, and she keeps accidentally teleporting herself to Tucker's barn, and some pretty interesting interactions there. Tucker was acting like quite a bit of a jerk through some of them, which I guess I can understand what with the stuff that he had to go through with Clara and how they ended things, but he was going a little bit far, and it was just kind of, dude, I still kind of want to strangle him through a fair amount of the book. And Clara eventually does meet up with Jeffrey. Apparently he is back in California, and, Clara is trying to get him to talk to her because, they're siblings. They're all they really have now. And she wants to help Jeffrey, figure things out, because he's the one who set the forest fire that almost killed Tucker in the first book. And he's going through this big rebellious stage where he's questioning, his purpose and just totally kicking everything that his mother has taught him to the curb. And Clara's trying to reason with him. And poor Jeffrey. I feel bad for Jeffrey. And I feel even worse for Angela as the series progresses, because partway through the semester, she finds out that she is pregnant. And she, says the father is the dorm's nurse or whatever. God, I can't remember what they said. I don't think he was the RA, but he was something for the dorm that they're staying at. Though Clara knows it isn't him. And eventually she does manage to pry the truth from Angela. It was this angel blood, this gray wing they had met in Rome. And Angela has apparently been seeing him every time she's gone to Rome for years. He's actually the angel who basically explained angel bloods and everything to her years ago. So, they kind of got a summer thing going on, and she does really like him, but feelings aren't supposed to get involved in this, and now she's pregnant, and her child is going to be 3/4 angel, like Clara, and Jeffrey, and Christian. And slowly, they actually piece together what this child means. Eventually, we manage to piece together that the guy she's supposed to give a message to is the father of her child. And the 7th is ours. That's basically saying the 7th 3/4 angel blood is our kid. I am pregnant with the 7th major powerhouse angel blood. Because apparently there's no more than 7 of these types of angel bloods on the earth at any given time. They're super powerful, and the Dark Wings want them because they are powerful, and having more on your side is basically a good thing. So we find out that's Angela's purpose, to have this kid, I guess. And, she's ecstatic. She's excited to tell him because he's like, yeah, he'll help me raise this kid, or at least, help a little bit, and things are going to be good. It's going to be okay. It's going to be okay. And I felt so bad for Angela, because things couldn't have been even less okay. He just panics and disappears when she tells him the news, and she is heartbroken. She ends up dropping out of Stanford to go home to give birth and raise this kid. And Clara feels horrible, and she's trying to help Angela as a friend for obvious reasons. And just so much drama and emotion. So at the end, I was totally freaking out because Jeffrey disappears. Angela is kidnapped by the leader of this big Darkwing band of the Watchers. And this, leader is Sam's brother. And he basically takes Angela to hell. And, one of his daughters, is secretly dating Jeffrey, and she's the one brainwashing him. She takes him to hell, too. And, this big bad Darkwing guy, he wants Angela's child. She has had the child. She named him Webb. Eventually, this big bad guy comes to Angela's home, and he wants Webb. Thankfully, Angela had just enough notice for what was going on to hide Webb and to quickly send Clara and Christian a text, telling them where to look for him. And they get there right in time to, overhear Angela's mom being murdered before her eyes. And, this guy saying, oh, you don't want to tell me what the kid is? Oh, whatever. Angela's trying to lie and be like, yeah, he's not here. I gave him up for adoption. I couldn't handle it. Why should I ruin my life for a kid that even the father won't stick around to? Speaking of, the father of Webb actually squealed to this big bad Darkwing, and it's like, wow, you are an asshole. So Darkwing takes Angela to hell and tells, his 2 little daughters to set the place on fire, because why not? Thankfully, Clara and Christian managed to get Webb out of there, and they managed to kill one of these bad ladies. and take Webb and get to safety. And eventually Clara just decides, no, I gotta get Angela out of hell. I'm not leaving her in there. Webb needs his mother. And she manages to, like, you know, make a deal with Sam. I need to get to hell. Take me to hell so I can save my friend. And, you know, he makes a deal with her. Okay, but you need someone else to come with you to anchor you, especially since you're an empath. And you need to tell me a story of your mother. So Clara has no idea what to do. She tells Christian, and she's afraid that he's not going to show up, first of all. And next, she has no idea what kind of story to tell, because she doubts that any of these stories going to match up to the woman that Sam knew. That, and what could she really tell him that he didn't already know? And that was when we had this really, really sweet scene. Apparently Clara somehow managed to go back in time when she went to see her mother's thinking spot. And her mother, from like, God, I don't know. I can't remember how long ago, but it was like a good few years before she was born. She went back to before she was born, before her mother married Michael and had her and Jeffrey. And she was just like, oh my God, it's my mom. And, you know, her mom has been dead for, God, I don't know, almost a year now. So this has been, like, a shock to her. And, you know, her and her mom are talking. And eventually, you know, it lets slip that her mom is there trying to think about accepting Michael's marriage proposal. And Clara, of course, is urging her to do it because she wants to be born, obviously. And eventually she does let slip. I know you gotta do the right thing, because I'm your daughter. And that was just a really sweet scene, and oh my God. And her mom gives her a story to tell Sam. It's a story of how they met, but at some points, Clara's mom had to lie to him and say that she could never love him, she never cared about him, he was nothing to her, which was all a lie, because she actually did fall in love with Sam. But she pushed him away. So that's the story that Clara was to tell Sam. And she did, which, hearing the truth meant a whole lot to Sam. And, you know, he did what Clara wanted. He brought her and Christian to hell. They managed to bust in there to save Angela, who she felt like she's been down there for years. And she's just been, oh my God, the shit she had to go through was terrifying. They managed to save Jeffrey as well and get out of hell. So mission accomplished. Big Bad Darkwing is trying to take one of them with him. You know, I'll let you guys go, but you have to come with me. And Clara actually stabs him with a glory sword. And while this doesn't kill him, because he's a full-blooded angel, it doesn't kill him, but the glory sword burns away all the evil and taints that makes him a Darkwing, and he became a regular angel again. And his evil daughter tries to, you know, save herself by kidnapping Tucker, and she almost kills him. I think she did kill him, actually, but Clara tries to heal him, because she can heal, and she pours so much of her, like, energy and power into Tucker that she actually does manage to save him. Not only that, but he becomes more than human, too. He becomes a prophet, more or less. He's still more or less human, but he, you know, one of the benefits of this is possibly an extended lifespan. And I thought the epilogue was really sweet. We get, like, flash forward, you know, good few years. And Webb is, like, a kid now, and apparently Tucker and Clara are living together. They are married, and everyone's, you know, pretty good. So it was really nice to see things wrapped up nicely, and yeah, it was pretty emotional at the end, like good emotion. I don't think it was the best series ending ever, but it definitely was a very nice one that left me feeling content as a reader. So yeah, all in all, I enjoyed it, and I thought the series was pretty good. It was definitely a nice little take on Nephilim in angel lore. So yeah, that's really it for this video, and I hope to see you guys next time. Keep on reading, my fellow book addicts. Keep on reading.